Hey, welcome to my YouTube. This is my new Road to Stage series. This is so crazy. I'm gonna kind of give a brief intro for anyone who's new here. I have been on a bodybuilding journey. I guess I made the decision in May last year, and I'm finally starting my prep now, and it's January. So if you want to know all that has happened between now and then, I have my previous series that explains all of it. But just to kind of give you a recap, my name is Lisa, and I am a full-time administrator at a surgery center. I have a nutrition and personal training coaching business that I also do in my free time, and I have 2 kids, a dog, a cat, and a husband. So a lot of what I've seen in everyone's YouTube channels that I've been watching to learn more about the process, there are a lot of younger single people with no children, some of them have spouses or significants, and a lot of them don't have full-time jobs that they have to work. So I feel like anyone who wants to know how this really works, I should say, let me backtrack. They have full-time jobs, but they work from home with their own like coaching business or something like that. So they have a lot of more freedom with their schedule. So let me course correct that. They do work full-time, but I have not found a lot of people who have like a corporate job, I guess you would say, plus a side hustle, plus children and a husband. So I'm hoping that doing this Road to Stage series will kind of show you the reality of what this might look like for a regular person or a parent, because all these influencers out there are these young things. I am not young. I am 40. I turned 40 in August. So yeah, this is gonna be the real fucking deal. How we make it work, how rough it gets, I don't know. So I'm going to give you guys a little brief history of who I am. I go in more detail in like one of my first ever videos, which I'm sure is completely cringe. I'm sure this video is also completely cringe. I am not a professional video editor. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make it not look terrible. So don't judge on my video quality and editing quality and stuff. So anyway, like I said, I'm 40 years old. I have 2 kids. I have a husband, a cat, and a dog. Full-time job, side hustle. I am a CrossFitter. I guess I'm a bodybuilder, trying to be. That feels weird to say. And in my previous life, as I would call it, I've been an athlete like my whole life. I was a swimmer. I was a volleyball player. I was a relatively high-level volleyball player. All-American. In high school, I played Division I at University of Texas. Hook 'em. I got injured my junior year. I don't remember. I got injured, knee injury. Tried to rehab and come back, and eventually had to stop playing. And after that, I pretty much took an enormously long break from any sort of fitness at all. Like, we're talking over 10 years, maybe more like 13. I don't know. A couple years ago, I got back into it. I deal with Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition. It's autoimmune. And I decided I am no longer going to wait for a doctor or someone like that to improve my quality of life. I decided to do it myself. So I joined CrossFit. I had got my own nutrition coach over the years, and she really changed my life. And then I was inspired to become a coach and started my own business, first the side hustle, in like October of 2021. And been doing that ever since. It's January of 2023 now. And May of last year, I really found myself sort of in a funk, and I felt like I needed to have like a larger goal. And CrossFit wasn't getting me that. I was a little bit burnt out. So decided to change plans and really see what this body can do. So found some coaches, found a coach, replaced a coach. Like I said, go back and watch all that. It was a whole thing. Broke my foot, had to change my plans again. And now I am starting this journey. I don't have an official show date. We are not gonna target a particular show until we're closer and we see how my body is responding, because we don't want to rush going to stage when I might not be ready. So we're looking at end of April, May for doing some shows. I am going to do a cluster of shows. So what that is, basically, we're going to get me stage lean, and then I'm going to do some shows over the course of a few weeks while I'm stage lean to sort of test some things out. So I'm going to be doing the bikini category and the figure category. I'm going to be crossing over because this is my first competition. We don't, and I've never been truly stage lean. We don't know what's all underneath this and like where I fit the best and what I like the best. So we're just going to do both and we're going to see. So it's exciting. It's scary. It's, I don't know, all the things, but I will go into a little bit more detail in a minute. I am sitting outside of the high school waiting to pick up my son from his swim practice, but I will continue the rest of this talk in a little bit. I just wanted to sort of get it started, talk about what you guys can expect, introduce you to me and what I'm doing, and don't forget to like and subscribe, because I will be releasing at least a video a week during this prep to take you guys through it. And it's gonna be raw. There's gonna be some F-bombs. We're gonna talk about some shit. We're gonna talk about hormones. We're gonna talk about female health. Don't get scared, guys. I'm not gonna get gross, but like, you're gonna see some ass. I'm not gonna lie, because my posing, like, this is a small ass suit, so there's gonna be some skin, but like, don't be weird. It's not gonna be gross like that, but I just wanna give you a heads up. Like, I'm putting it out there, but don't be shocked when you see some skin. So anyway, that's that. I'm gonna go over all things, what my plan is, all that stuff, in the next part of this video. Okay, it's like dinner time. So it's a holiday since New Year's Day was on a Sunday. So I have off and I had all these plans to do all these things and like get content done and record, and 8 hours later, I'm getting back to this. Hashtag mom life. But yes, so I left off sort of giving a brief overview of who I am and what I'm doing. So I wanted to go through first some just basic definitions, because there were a lot of things I didn't know what people were talking about when I first started looking into bodybuilding stuff. So I wanted to sort of just give some definitions while we talk. So if you hear someone say that they're on prep, I remember being like, what? What they're talking about is contest prep. So that is when you officially start the cutting process to lean out prior to going to stage. So it will be a combination of adjusting your food intake as well as increasing your cardio while you're still getting a muscle stimulus with strength training. So when someone says they're on prep, they're basically preparing for an upcoming show. Preps can be a whole bunch of different lengths. It used to be super standard to have like a 12-week prep, and that's just what it was. But over the past several years, they've really started to go more toward longer ones. One, it's not like barely skating in, or just barely getting stage lean at the finish line. You tend to have to do more drastic things. So by making your prep longer, you build some time in. If there's any issues, like if you get sick, if you get hurt, or your body's just not cooperating, you have a little bit of extra time built in. You can have a somewhat slower rate of loss, so it's a little bit healthier overall. So mine, we're aiming towards 20-ish weeks, but like I said, we don't have an exact show date, so it's 20-ish weeks. We're gonna see how it goes. So to that point, a lot of vloggers will put like X amount of weeks out and X amount of days out. Well, I can't do that because I don't have a date. So I'm just going to say like episode 1, episode 2. And as soon as I know a date, then I can start listing like how many weeks out. But at this point, we're 20-ish weeks out. So that's what prep is. If you hear us talk about macros, you don't have to be a bodybuilder to know what macros are, but I tend to use that term and forget that not everyone knows what they are. So you have calories. Most people know what calories are. It's the energy, i.e. in terms of food intake that you take in. So calories is the amount of energy you take in through your food. Your calories, what makes up that number, is the combination of how much protein, how much carbs, and how much fat that you take in. So I will go into like a whole macro video probably at one point, but basically protein and carbs, 1 gram of protein or 1 gram of carbs is equal to 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. So rather than your coach just giving you a, hey, I want you to eat X amount of calories, they really will say it's X amount of calories, but that's broken out into this many grams of protein, this many grams of carbs, and this many grams of fat. And they will make adjustments to those as needed based on your body, your needs, your goals, their experience, whatever. So if you talk about macros, that's what macros are. Trying to think what some other definitions might be. Check-ins. So I've already used that term quite a bit before on my channel, and I realize not everyone knows what a check-in is. So basically a check-in is a set day and time of the week or more than once a week where you literally check in with your coach. So every coach is different in terms of what they require, but the gist of it is that you're providing them with data on how things have gone since the last time you checked in. So that could be body weight, it could be measurements, it could be pictures, it could be, answers regarding how you're feeling, how hungry you are, sleep, how well recovered you feel, how energetic you feel, any issues that you're having, any things coming up in the next week that might need to be taken into consideration with your plan. It could mean all kinds of things. So it depends on the coach, but generally it's a set of data feedback for your coach to take into account in order to determine what, if any, adjustments need to be made. Now, the thing that throws a lot of people off is they expect like at every check-in to get changes, where actually, if your body is responding how we expect it to, you may not have any adjustments because your body's responding. Like, why would you adjust it if it's working? It's when like rate of loss might slow down or something like that, or having other issues where you may need an adjustment. And needing adjustments is normal because the body will adjust to its intake and energy expenditure level. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm in my bathroom. Yes, I know. I film in my bathroom a lot because that's the only place I can get any privacy. Hi, yes, house full of people and animals. So don't hate. This is where I have to do my thing. So anyway, check-ins, yes. Posing, I think most people would know what posing is, but basically it's you're practicing hitting certain angles and poses that you will hit on stage. So posing is a huge component. You have to practice it quite often because it's not exactly natural, especially if you've never had a background in dance or anything like that. So when you say you're practicing posing, you're practicing like holding specific poses for the division that you're going for, because those poses are what you would be judged based on and compared against to others. So let's see here. What else? If we're talking about a suit, is a competition suit. That is the small itty bitty piece of fabric that they call a suit that you're gonna wear on stage. It's not a regular swimming suit. Like, you are not gonna wear these in the water. you'd be nuts. And they're not really made to go in the water. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to, as things come up, I'm going to try to be mindful that I might just be talking in slang terms, and I'll try to define things in the moment, but I don't know. I guess that's the majority of them right now. Maybe. Yes. So day 1. How has day 1 gone? Perfectly fine. My plan, well, let me start with this. Previously, I'm going to tell you what my macros and all that stuff were, but I'm just going to asterisk this, and I'm probably going to have to do it several times because I don't want people to copy this. I am doing a bodybuilding prep show. Anyway, this is not for your normal lifestyle person. Macros are different for absolutely everyone, no matter how fit you are, how not fit you are. It is so specific to you, your goals, your timeline, all of that. But no one should be doing any of these without having a coach that is knowledgeable about the process, because you can really F up your system. So I'm just saying that first. Do not follow what I'm telling you that mine are, because they're for me and my level of activity and my hormones and my body's response. So don't do something stupid. Okay, so anyway, my previous macros, which is what I was on during my diet break, which, as if you watched, I did a mini cut over the summer, took a diet break so we can build my food up for a little bit but maintain my weight as we went into prep. So before this, my macros were about 1550. Sorry, I don't remember the exact number because I'm filming this on my phone, so I can't look. But it was 150 protein, 35 fat, and I think 140 carbs. I think it was 140. So my coach and I, we've been talking over the past week, so he got my plan to me well in advance, stuff like that. My new macros, as of today, is like 1350 calories. And my protein's the same at 150. My fat is the same at 35, but my carbs are going down to 110. I have to be honest, I was actually surprised that he dropped them that much, like out of the gate. Not that it's really that much, but I was only at like 1550 because of some things that are going on with my thyroid right now. We couldn't bring my food up as much as we wanted to. So the highest we got my food was like 1550. So I didn't have a really great place to start. So I was actually kind of surprised that he pulled out that much of carbs that fast. Like 30 grams of carbs is like a whole meal's worth of carbs. So I have a feeling I'm gonna miss my carbs a lot this prep. Anyway, so there's that. Good thing is I'm not super hungry. I was really busy today. Not super hungry. I haven't been super hungry lately. I've actually had to try to get to my 1550 before, so this really doesn't feel that bad. And I will, at the end of this little talk, I will put in what my meals were for this day, so you can kind of see them. Yes, so, okay, macros. 1350, 150 protein, 110 carb, 35 fat. That's the plan starting today. So I'm following that. I have everything pre-tracked. By pre-tracked, I mean I literally the night before, I have all my calorie goal and my macros broken out into the app that I use, and I will input breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, whatever it is, and plan out what I'm having and in what quantities, so that I know at the end of the day how I'm gonna get to my 1350. Trying to do it in the moment is fucking impossible. And then at the end of the day, you have some weird ass macros to try and hit where you have like 13 grams of fat, 2 protein, and 0 carb or something like that. And you're like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to drink olive oil here? So pre-tracking is a fucking pro tip to be able to figure out how to get to your macros. I'm only supposed to go within plus or minus 5 grams of each of my targets. So it takes some planning. So that's how it started. I planned it last night. For cardio, we are using, because I didn't want to stop doing CrossFit in order to do this, and a lot of coaches will say that you have to. My coach is like, no, we just have to work with it. So I was previously only doing 2 days of CrossFit during my mini cut and the diet break. Before that I was doing 4, but that's a whole other thing. 2 days of CrossFit, which is basically considered my cardio, and then 10,000 steps is my other movement goal. 10,000 steps has been my movement goal for the past couple months, I think, since we stopped the mini cut. So that actually that's not an issue. My steps are the same as they were before, and my CrossFit, aka cardio, is the same as before. I was also doing strength training at the regular gym with machines and whatever, 4 times a week. So I'm still going to do that 4 times a week of strength training, 2 times a week of CrossFit, and 10,000 steps a day. Now, he's going to probably adjust the cardio and the steps when we need to increase the rate of loss if I'm slowing down or not responding. So that will likely change as we go throughout this. Steps were pretty easy today because I was off, and I had, like I said, I had all these plans to do things, and we have been hounding my 12-year-old daughter to get her room clean and this and that, and like it was clear that like she just needed help. She needed someone to step in. So at like 9:30 I was up there with her this morning, just digging through shit, pulling out dirty clothes, up and down the stairs. So I destroyed my step goal by like 3 o'clock today. I was at like 11,005. So I think I'm at 12 something now. I don't even know. Let's take a look. So one thing I'm going to have to ask my coach is, do I need to adjust that tomorrow to make sure that we're constant? Yeah, I'm at 13.5 right now, and I'm still going to be up for another 3 hours. So yeah. Thank you, Savannah, for helping me get to my goal. But yeah, I feel better though about how her room looks. There's still stuff that needs to be done, but we at least pulled stuff out and she can see her floor and whatever. So no problem hitting steps. Macros are already pre-tracked. Hunger is not an issue right now. My strength training plan. So I was just finishing up I did a deload last week. My coach and I, when I say we, had decided at the end of like my previous, I think it was an 8-week cycle, that I wanted to do a deload, which I never want to do deloads. I fucking hate deloads, but I thought it would be in my best interest to do a deload right before we did another 20-week push. So deload, check. Did my CrossFit this morning. Did I say that? I don't remember. Did my CrossFit this morning. And tomorrow will be my first workout in the new program. I love that my coach actually asked for my feedback about what I like about my previous program, what I didn't like, any exercises I want to make sure get incorporated, or any ones that I really, really hate. Because there's so many ways that you can hit, dog chasing cat. There's so many different ways that you can hit a muscle group, where if you hate one particular move, there's another move that you can do that can hit that muscle group too. So yeah, so he took all that into account. He sent it to me last week. I'm super excited about it. I'll go into more of that. I'll record some of these workouts, but not in this video just because I'm talking a lot. So it's already long enough. But yeah, that's the plan. It's like sort of anticlimactic, I guess, right now, because it's not that much different from what I've been doing, which is good. Literally the only thing that's different, honestly, is the 30 grams of carbs. But yeah, let's see, yesterday, more so than today, I was definitely feeling like anxious about this. Like I'm excited, definitely excited to do this. This has been a long time coming. Like I said, I made this decision in May that I'm going to do this, and we're just starting today. There's a lot of water under that bridge. There's a lot of things that happened, but I actually think it was probably in my best interest to be doing it now versus earlier. I have had a lot more time to just tidy up some muscle groups that were probably being ignored, because like in CrossFit, you don't focus on a specific muscle group. You don't target specific muscle. It's movements and stuff like that, and efficiency, and I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, very, very excited, because this is going to be a quite a ride, I think. And I'm excited to see what results I get and how I place and all that fun stuff. And it's going to be exciting. But there's also, you know, like the total fear of the unknown. I've never done this before. I've done cuts before, but like cuts down to the weight I'm at now. I've never gone below this. And it's never been to show anything off, and it's never been to have a certain type of look. So this is just totally different, and it's far more extreme than like your lifestyle cut. And I know that it takes a lot of like mental strength, and I feel like I'm a mentally strong person, but I hope I am. And I don't want to fuck up, I guess. So while I'm excited and I feel like I'm in a good place to do this, I also am like nervous and anxious about how this is going to play out, and like, how hard is this going to get? How hungry am I going to get? How tired am I going to get? Yeah, I don't know. So all of that was kind of like going through my head as I was getting ready for it to start today. I'll probably do like a Q&A at some point, but let's see. My hopes, I want to cover this, my hopes and my fears. So my hopes for this prep are that I can finish it. My hope is that at the end I can say that I didn't cheat on my diet, not even once. I hope that I can say that I never missed a workout. I hope that I can say that I never missed any task, target, goal, whatever you want to call it, that my coach gave me to hit. Like, I want to be spot on. I'm fucking competitive as hell. So I want to know that at the end of this, I did every single thing I could to have the best package, aka what I look like on the show day. But I want to have the best package I could possibly have brought. I don't want to leave anything on the table. I don't want to be able to be like, man, I should have done XYZ, or man, I shouldn't have done XYZ. So that's my hope. Obviously I hope that I can fucking like win anything, but that's realistically, winning in your first show is not likely. So I'm trying to not make that a target, because I don't want to be disappointed. Like, I want to be proud of the journey that I go through and proud of however I do, because it's really me against me. Like, I can't control who shows up to stage. I can't control who the judges are. All I can control is my actions. Control the controllable, right? So I don't want to put something out there that I'm going to say that I want a certain placing. I just want to be able to bring the best that I possibly could have, and have done everything I could have to do that. My fears about this. A couple. So I have a fear. I have a fear about the reverse afterwards. There are so many people that struggle with the reverse. So, okay, what's the reverse? Here you go. So when you're done with the show, that's not like, okay, bonanza, you just go back to eating like an asshole the next day. Like, terrible idea. Usually there will be some sort of like treat that you'll have after your show, and like you might go out to dinner or whatever, but most of the time you're like back on a controlled program the next day, because you have literally just starved your body. So if you just open the floodgates and give it anything that you see and want and desire, solid chance you're going to put on a lot of body fat very, very quickly. You're going to have digestive issues, hormonal issues. Like, it's a very strategic reverse up. So when you think about contest prep, it doesn't end with contest day. You actually need to reverse up for like 6 or 8 weeks to get back to like a normal like body fat amount. So I'm concerned, or I'm scared. I'm just going to say it. I'm scared of how that reverse process will go. I'm scared that I'm going to want to stay in that stage lean state, and I'm actually afraid that I'm not gonna want to eat. So I hope I can work through that. I'm afraid of failing, obviously. I'm afraid of not doing well in the shows or looking like an idiot because like I'm old. Having loose skin, I don't know. I'm just afraid of not doing well because I'm very much like, if I do something, I want to win. And I don't like losing. So I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid that it can have an impact on my family just because this is going to take up a lot of my time. Not that what I already do doesn't, but I think when you start taking away food and you start being busy with your time, and you start getting crabby and grumpy, and guess who gets the receiving end of that? So I'm going to try to not be crabby and grumpy. I will tell you how I feel. I will let people know how I feel about things, but I will try not to take it out on them, I guess. And other fears, I don't know. I just don't want to look stupid. Like, is that a fear? Is it a good fear? I don't want to look stupid. Don't want to look stupid. And the last one, which sounds so weird, is like I'm afraid of how hungry I will get, just because I don't know that level of hunger. Maybe it won't be an issue. I don't know, but I guess ultimately it's the fear of the unknown. I'm a planner. I like to plan things. I like to make lists. I like to check things off of lists. And this is completely out of my hands. So I just have to do. I just have to execute, but like I have no idea what's going to transpire. So that's scary. You guys get to come with. I don't know. So that's it. That's my day one. Lots of jibber jabbering. I'm sorry, this is a lot of talking, but my cat, Littles, my favorite person. Yes, she's a person. My favorite person in the whole wide world. I tell that to my kids too. She's my favorite. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm actually gonna try to post my IG stories every single day with day 1, day 2, day 3, just in case anyone is going along a journey. You're not alone. And this is what I will say. I don't know who's watching this, probably like no one, but please like and subscribe, because I would hope that like someone like me who was looking for more of like real life version of this, like with real responsibilities and real job, if they're looking for like what is this really like, I want them to be able to find me. And I don't have a whole lot of followers right now and a lot of engagement, and that's okay. It's not about me, but I would just want that if someone's looking for this, that it gets recommended to them and that it's useful. But also, even if you're not and have zero motherfucking interest in bodybuilding, that's okay, because you're just gonna see what it's like to go through something tough. Like anyone, this is January 2nd, right? So there's New Year's resolution people, there's the new year, like whatever, but still like the person who wants to make improvements in their body, gaining muscle, losing fat, doing both, like whatever it is, and better increasing your endurance, like it doesn't matter. You can go along with me. Like we can go through hard days together. We can go through good stuff together. We don't have to be on the same journey, but if you're on a journey, we'd love to do this together. So if you're on a journey, write in the comments what it is. Let's help support each other. I promised myself that when I start feeling crazy, that I would reach out to my support people. So if you need a support person, I can be that for you. All right. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I will show you my foods for the day, and I will keep you guys updated on how this first week goes.